Hey crafty people, it's Tasha. Welcome to my channel. I'm excited to be part of this new release video hop for Wow embossing powder. We've got two brand new quads inspired by Seth Apter, and I'm going to pull a powder from each one to make today's card. I'm starting with this gorgeous background stamp from Crafty Meraki, and I've got it in my Misty, inking it up with Wow's embossing ink, then stamping onto an A2 panel of Nina Classic Crest Solar White. I'm sliding a sheet of scrap paper underneath and pouring concrete from the building blocks quad all over it. So this is a light grey with flecks of darker grey and sparkles throughout. It's super glossy and really smooth. I'm making sure the entire background is covered and then tapping off any excess before heating from below to set it. Once I'm happy that it started melting, I can bring the heat round to the front to finish it off and make sure that I haven't missed anywhere. Tilting it in the light will let me see any unmelted powder, as it's going to look matte amidst the glossy finish of the rest. Now I've got this vibrant yellow Dina Wakley gloss spray, and I'm splattering it all over my panel. I don't want a fine mist or total coverage, so I've taken the top off and I'm actually just tapping the straw over my panel to give me a variety of different sized dots. I can have some control over it by tapping lighter for smaller splatter and tapping harder for larger spots. I can move it round too so that I can aim at general areas of the panel. So I'm happy with how that's looking, so I'll set it aside to dry fully whilst I work on the other elements. I'm planning to die cut my sentiment, but I want to cover it with embossing before I die cut. So I'm squishing my ink pad down and swiping it to get a really nice coverage before adding kiwi gold from the citrus quad all over it. Again, I've given it a shake to mix before applying to the cardstock. You can see there's some big flakes in this one, so it's a super interesting powder. It's very glossy and it's really pretty smooth too. You can really see the change on camera here, where the powder becomes super glossy once it's melted. Now that my embossing has cooled, I'm adding some double-sided adhesive foam behind it to give my die cuts some dimension. Then I'm cutting my sentiment and some small butterflies too, and I can set these aside for later. I think that this gorgeous embossing is going to work really well with that yellow glossy splatter that's drying on my butterfly panel. The last element to make is a matting layer, and I want to pull that concrete grey through some more. So I'm applying embossing ink onto each side of an A2 panel before covering with concrete and carefully heat setting. Whilst I'm doing that, let's talk giveaway. As I mentioned before, this video is part of a hop to celebrate Wow's newest release. So, of course, we've got prize bundles to be won. There are chances to win here on YouTube, as well as on both our blogs and Instagram, with the full release going to a winner from each platform. To be in with a chance of winning, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment that includes any smiley emoji. Full details and links to the other participants and hops are below in my description box. Now, back to the card. I've trimmed down my butterfly panel to 4 by 5¼ inches, and I'm popping it up onto the other panel with foam adhesive to give it some dimension. This is going to leave a nice 1/8 of an inch border of solid grey all around my butterfly panel, and I feel like that really ties it in together. This is why I only covered the edges with embossing as well. You're only going to see a small amount, so there's no point wasting any on covering the entire panel. Now to add my other elements, which is super easy because they already have that foam with the adhesive already on there. I'm really liking this colour scheme. It's definitely different from anything that I'd normally go for. It is actually another one for the Pride Month colour schemes that I've been working on, as is the card for this hop over on the Wow Embossing channel, which I also did, so go check that one out too. I'm using the Heat Emboss butterflies as my embellishment really, so I'm putting them on in a visual triangle around the large word die cut. I left my sentiment as just this one word, but you could definitely use a sub-sentiment from the Sweet Sentiments Fab Foiler pack to tailor this to any specific occasion or recipient. So that's my card using powders from the June 2024 mixed media release from Wow Embossing Powder. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment containing the emoji I mentioned earlier in my video to be in with a chance of winning one of 3 bundles that Wow are generously giving away. Thank you for spending this time with me. Please check out my links to the new release in the description box below. Have a lovely, happy, safe and wonderful week. Stay crafty. Bye.